snow. Haven't seen it in years. Looks lovely.
Playing Thursday. Hopefully I'm not playing on 5 hour Friday, which means I have to come back Saturday.
The tickets are such a better system than they used to do. Have you been with you?
That was my first time.
They used to just like everyone can go like every round.
Five ring, right?
Or they kind of like you're right the first round and you place it and they drop out. And just screwed over everyone's schedule. I'm on video. Did you see that worked for someone? They got arrested for murder and it ended up he got acquitted after he was like, they found him guilty. On appeal, he got acquitted because you can see him in the background at a baseball game. The camera pans. That's me. I wasn't in and it worked. It's like the best alibi ever.
We're glad that we got to accommodate you all coming through today. Right now, some of the intrepid people that are helping out with today's event, our judges, are coming around and passing out a few things to you. I'm going to explain those to you really quick, just so everybody makes sure they get them before they leave their seats from this player meeting. So, you are getting a slip of yellow paper. This yellow paper is for the sign which is going on over at the Radisson today, primarily.
Yep, which is why you get this.
You can complete your 3 games in this group of people anytime this weekend and turn that in up here at Flame Control for another copy of the World's Promo Card and a prize ticket worth 5. You can do that anytime this weekend. Other people have to turn it in on Wednesday or on Madison to get their prize tickets.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
In addition, we got that copy of the World Championship promo card from the Dragon Clan, who won the Emperor's favor at the TU Matsuri. You're getting a prize ticket worth 10 prize tickets. That can be redeemed starting tomorrow at noon over at the prize wall. We will also be opening the prize wall after events starting on Thursday to accommodate anybody who gets prize tickets that day and is leaving that evening. Over on the prize wall, you'll see a bunch of cool prizes, some of the stuff that was available at the Kiku Matsuri, and a couple of other events, as well as some more of these promo cards if you're interested in completing a set this weekend. And then, last but not least, we are passing out a button for the brand new Robogon chant, which we will be all cheering in just a second. I hope you'll join me in this new tradition that we're very proud to roll out here for the first time at the World Championships. In addition to our judges today, we also have the Marshal, Mr. Nate French himself. I hear he loves to sign things, so I'm sure you'll all love him for that one today. Those playouts that you were getting when you checked in make great mediums for collecting signatures throughout the weekend. Additionally, as mentioned, we have our judges in the blue vests. They've flown in from across the country to help you out this weekend. Anytime you need any kind of assistance whatsoever while you're playing a match, please raise your hand, leave it raised, and loudly call for a judge. Once they'll make eye contact with you, come on over to help you out. If at any point you're not sure or just want verification of their ruling on any situation or discrepancy that they help you resolve, you can ask them to talk to Nate French, the Marshal, and they'll go retrieve him so he can make a final ruling for you. Other than that, we're going to be playing 6 rounds today. After the 3rd round, we'll have a lunch break. In just a little bit, we'll be announcing the fact that some of the clan-specific shirts that were available recently here at the Game Center, we've got a very limited supply remaining, and those will go on sale during the lunch break. So if you're around, you're welcome to get one of those for your favorite clan.
That's going to happen.
They'll be for sale at the counter. And then for after the lunch break, there's 3 more rounds, and people who earn at least 4 wins will be advancing to the final day with the tournament point stipulations in there. Check your printout sheet for those specific details. If you need one of those blue printout sheets, you can find them up here at the front as well. With that, I would like you all to rise so that we can do this chant for the very first time. course, the way this works is I will say what we will chant for, and then you will repeat the last word of that. So for blank, you repeat blank. Is everyone ready? Samurai Rokugan! For honor!
Honor!
For glory!
Glory!
For Rokugan!
Rokugan!
Give us all a round of applause. Congratulations to Bears first. Wonderful. You want to take your seats again and hang out for just a moment? We'll get pairings up for you, so you can go check those out at the pairing sports today. Once again, thanks so much for coming, everybody. We hope you have a great time. If you have any issues whatsoever this weekend outside of your match, please ask us in the information booth or one of the individuals here at the flight control can help you out with that. When we get you seated for round one, we'll have a couple more procedural announcements that are better done with after you get ready. So, with that, round one pairings are going out. Feel free to make your way back to the boards and check those out on where your first match for the Winter World Championship is.
I'm table 1 at the World Championships. This is never ever going to happen again.
Hey, we were in line next to each other too. How you doing?
I'm good, so I'm fine. This is never ever going to happen again.
It's all downhill.
And you might even win this. You're probably going to win this. Okay, I've already lost. Just so you know, I've already lost. Melvin here already kicked my ass. Very honorably. Even though I won with more honor. No, lost with more honor. So, yeah, so just doing a quick rematch. He's being very kind to me, very courteous. So yeah, I'm attacking unless you got action. Ah, there we go. We trade insults.
Military air.
So dead,
Sign that.
dead. Okay, unless I can bring another character in. Do I want to bring another character in to win this? You know what? I do not.
Alright, this goes back in the middle.
Yep.
L5R players, you have 10 minutes to play. Make that 9 minutes to play. 9 minutes in the round.
I'm gonna do military void on this one.
You know, I'm going to break it.
Alright, that goes back in the middle.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Your first action.
Okay, I'm going to play. Use that one fair I got left to put on Spyglass pre-conflict. Then I'm going to do a political. Let's do air.
Okay. No defenders. Lose an honor.
Yep.
Quick.
Please.
Would you
Thank
like
you.
to take an honor from me?
Please.
Okay.
See, why can't this be the game? Why can't this be the real game? See, it's because I didn't have my hat last game. When I was playing, I didn't have my hat. This is what happened. Oh. I've drawn a card already, haven't I? I think so. I think I've drawn a card already.
I think you did.
Yeah, that's it. Cool. Excellent. That stands. Get political favor. Okay, we're not gonna have time to all everything, so I'm just gonna do last attack and let's just end it. Let's just do let's just skip it and end it because
Okay.
yeah, it's cool. Just because I'm gonna have to clean up and get ready for next game.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, thank you so much for this, Marvin. This helps.
Sure.
This helps me. Yeah, let's just do.
I'll be crush him that line, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just... Everyone, they agreed to this. Okay, they agreed to this. I don't know if. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So I'm aware that you both had you're currently the head designer of this, yes?
Yeah.
And you had a big hand in designing this, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so what's up with Lion and Unicorn here? I mean, does Lion really need that +2 honor? Really? Does it really need it?
I would say yes. If you think about it, in the setting, Lion is highly regarded as being the most honorable clan. Starting off with that extra honor sets the precedent of that in the story and in the game.
Now, I would agree with you on that, but why not Crane?
Well, we also know that Crane has been faced with some hard times. They've kind of had their position in court upset. The Scorpion is really taking over in that avenue, and they're really kind of starting to face some desperation.
Okay, so, but from a mechanical kind of sense, you could see why giving them extra 2 fate plus Lion's Pride Brawler might be a bit of a. It seems like kind of it's like a bit too much. It's kind of a. I understand that you might want like certain clans to be ahead, but I mean mechanically it does kind of cause a bit of a disruption.
We'll have to see how it plays out this weekend.
I think that there's counterbalances to it. Like every clan kind of has their strengths and weaknesses. And Lion, we really kind of went all in on this. Like they are going to play the honor game and try to close out games in that manner. But they also have the military swarm. So
Okay, see, that's the thing. See, I understand Lion being the most honourable, but I thought that couldn't be represented by the way they seem to have a lot of way of gaining honour during battle, and I thought that would be honour enough because they gain a lot of honour on the battlefield. So I thought.
Well, it's really thinking about where they start the game and where they start their position in Rokugan relative to the other clans. And that sets a really strong precedent by just being like, we just start with a little bit more.
Fair enough. Okay, I won't push that anymore. Unicorn. They seem like kind of a blank slate once they're actually in the combat. I mean, so I can understand them not being. I can understand you need a clan that's not always as powerful, and I can understand their position. That's fine. But why not? Would it be too much for them to be able to move, for the stronghold to be able to move them out of combat as well as move them into combat? Would that have been too much? Do you think? Or
So Unicorn was testing really well throughout the playtesting, and I think that there's a lot of potential for the clan. That like kind of once we start seeing,
we'll not deny that Unicorn player will not deny that.
Once some of these packs come out and like they could take advantage of some of the tactics, I think they're going to be just fine. So.
I think people are going to be really surprised, especially this weekend, with seeing the performance of some of the Unicorn decks. I think there's a lot of hidden potential linked in there that players just haven't really tapped down to yet, and I think this is going to be our first real show of how well they can do.
I'm playing this on a Unicorn here. I've got a lot of contingency plans, got a lot of levies, just trying to. It won once, and then second time while I was playing against the Lion, that blasted 2 honor. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you again.
Have a great World Championship.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Okay, I'm now going to ask a series of questions which this gentleman here will not be able to answer because, I have to ask them because I'm crazy. So, okay, fine. So, when I see Unicorn, I'm afraid of what will happen to Unicorn will happen like with Anox in Android Netrunner, where they were behind and then they were given some cards to up the tempo, or that's what Demon Stone did. So I'm seeing the cards that have been spoiled so far officially, where they can move province and so on and so forth. That was in the original game that made them very powerful. I'm assuming that's what's been tested against. My fear is that Unicorn will become so far ahead that it's going to be hard to scale them back. Because I've seen it happen in 2 other games. I've seen it happen in Game of Thrones, kind of in the beginning. It took a while for it to sort itself out. It happened in Android Netrunner. It took a while to sort that out as well. Do you feel that's like?
I'd say we've learned a lot from those experiences, and our goal is to keep things as balanced and fun as possible. And we are definitely watching all of the clans very closely. Again, I know this isn't the most
that's
direct
fine.
answer, but we're committed to try and make sure the environment is fun, diverse, interesting for all the different clans.
Okay. See, now what I'm afraid of is that I don't know what it is. We tend to do this, have like a set of design decisions, which I respect. They're much better than stuff I come up with. But you tend to have this clan that always bumps strength. You've got like a Tyrell in Game of Thrones. You've got a Haspyroid in Android Netrunner. My fear is that Unicorn's going to become that clan, because that clan tends to become. I don't know. It's like either they'll cancel the strength, and it's like that's fine, but I tend to find that more finicky than the control that other clans tend to get. For example, I won't go into Lion's Pride Brawler, so that's been done to death. I will go into the poison that Scorpion has. Okay, that's a method of spot control.
I don't know if it'll.
Effectively, when they do that, the character, in some cases, might as well be dead if it's got 2 cost or lower. If it's got 2 skill or lower, sorry. My fear is that you're going to give Unicorn lots of blanket things that reduce skill, blanket things that negate skill. And in the beginning, that's going to be fine. But that tends to have a hidden creep effect, especially with some of the liberties I've seen players take here.
And honestly, we're very aware of that sort of thing, and we've learned a lot from some of the other games that we've made, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Excellent. Okay, one final thing, and I promise I'll leave you alone. I can't afford to come back here again.
No worries, man.
No, thank you. Okay. So when you so how involved were you? How involved were you with the mechanics? Because I understand you was working with Nate French on this. How was it you two together doing the mechanics?
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so my question is how comes I see a lot of these clans have lots of
Right. As I look back and try to edit the video of the ambush I did against the designers of L5R, sorry, drinking. Okay. They had some very good responses, as you've seen. I'll try to capture what was missed at this point. Yeah, okay. I proceed to ask about control, specifically spot control and spot removal. For those of you who do not know what those terms mean, spot removal is a magic term where you can play one card or play a series of, or play an action and to kill a card, destroy a card, or control it by effectively neutralizing it and making it effectively dead anyway. An example of this would be, let's say, Lion's Pride Brawler. Again, if the strength is lower and you use this action, the card is bowed, effectively being spot controlled. It's not dead, but for that turn, it effectively is dead, unless you can revive it somehow. I also mentioned Scorpion Poison, because it can lower the skill of like political and military by 2, and that is a form of spot control, because if you have a 2-cost character, and you place the poison upon it, that character is effectively neutralized. There are a series of cards that can spot control and spot remove as well, like Assassination. So I asked about these cards, and he gave me a very elegant and well-reasoned response that each clan does have its own form of spot removal and spot control, but it fits in with that clan. Again, I don't think the Lion one seems a bit much to me, but I don't think they need spot control on top of the Swarm, on top of the Honor, on top of the Rush, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that each clan has its own unique ways of doing spot removal and spot control. Dragon, for instance, has control of attachments like with Let It Go. Phoenix is more of a widespread thing with Glory, so controlling the ring, so they do have a more generalized control. I mean, the Shigenja, even the Shigenja stuff has a more generalized control. I believe Unicorn has a more generalized control, but they control themselves rather than the opponent. This is the thing I brought up, not very elegantly, mind you. I was just like, why doesn't Unicorn have spot removal? Why doesn't it have, that's what I said, basically. He told me again, he explained to me that each one has its own unique ways of doing things. So, again, and then that's when I thought I had him. That's when I checked to make sure the camera didn't run out, and then I was really angry because I thought, yes, I've got you now. I can ask you my killer question. I got it recorded on a separate phone, and so it'll appear in another episode, probably on Monday, unfortunately. So, my question was, why can't Unicorn have spot removal, spot control in the form of route and outwit? Because I felt that that kind of control should have been Unicorn, because they move in, not someone else moves out. I mean, I thought that would have been kind of cool, because the characters are still relevant. The characters are still relevant. It's not. There's no word of a lie. They still pose a threat, but I thought that Unicorn having more control over that made more sense as a form of spot removal. But you said no, it doesn't feel quite right for Unicorn. And when Unicorn does get their own form of control, it will be more tailored to them and make feel it genuinely Unicorn. Then I raised what was supposed to be my knockout blow, which he dodged it. He answered the questions very well. I said my fear is this: if you take a look at past games, for example, let's take Conquest. There was, as I mentioned, there's always the strength buff clan, the clan that just gets big and tries to do some form of lazy combo to do whatever they want to do. In Conquest's case, I feel that was Astra Militarum. I know they've gotten better now. They tweak it near the end of its life. Sacrificing stuff to get big and then making these little weenies strong is good, but again, it doesn't tend to do very well unless you've got like some killer endgame combo at the end of it. The game in Game of Thrones, that was also Tyrell. They have combinations that make characters get really, really big, and then combinations that give them money. And the idea that they can combo around knights and ladies is interesting, but it's not as effective as the control and spot removal and stuff that other clans get. Because again, they can't make all clans feel the same. They've got to make each clan feel different and unique, which is fine. But the problem is that the strength buff combo clan always seems to be left out. And then in the case of Netrunner, which was Anarch, they just reduce strength, reduce ice, try to destroy it, with their killer combination. They tend to overcompensate. I mean, for years, Anarch was way too OP. So I tried to raise his fear, not very eloquently. I was like, and but he did have a legitimate, well-reasoned response when I said, my fear is that Unicorn is going to go down this same path. They're just going to get cards that control their strength or just debuff the others, and it's going to go too far. It's not going to be enough in the beginning, but then it's going to go too far. So my warning signs are that you're going to see a lot of strength debuffs or strength buffs for Unicorn, and that's just the precursor to them getting some killer card. They're going to get one day. They're going to get a card that just sets everything on fire, and they're going to be too powerful, and it's going to be too hard to rein that in. And then he said, no, they've been testing this whole cycle, and he said, no, I think I'm going to be quite pleasantly surprised by what I see. So here's hoping that we just don't get a bunch of strength buff cards. I mean, if we get stuff where they just change where they're going to attack, that will be a good start. But what I would like to see is some form of spot control in the form of a route or or an outwit, because that seems more balanced, because no one really plays that card because it doesn't do that much. So I felt that would be nice for Unicorn. They move someone in, and whenever they move someone in, you have to move someone out. And that seems kind of fair, because then the opponent still has a standing character, not even though it's not in the same conflict. So I thought that'd be more balanced personally. But again, if I wish I had the video to show you. They did answer these questions, and they were very well reasoned about how they did answer these questions very nicely. Anyway, good luck to you.
We were playing with like a full set of manager while testing, even for like the core. But for the changes that are going on, or learning from this, or the way that people want to use the cards. The other thing I've noticed is from the FAQ that sometimes it seems more like you guys are taking a wider scope of the card and you're trying to. Oh no! We meant this. Like, bring it back more into focus. So the changes we're learning from this period, we'd see in the immediate cycle or 2 cycles from now.
Again, since we have such a long development, it takes time. But we're definitely going to consider any sort of other means by which to balance the environment at its core. The game being fun, replayable, and interesting to players is our chief concern. We want this to be a premier experience, and we want players to be able to enjoy it.
I've definitely noticed an investment in this game that was not present in other games. So I don't know if that's FFG evolving as a company, or if that's like really you guys understand the idea.
Attention all 5 of our players. Pairings for round 4 are being posted. Pairings for round 4 are being posted for Legend of the Five
They're
Rings.
always seeking to top themselves, and I think that's just a product of that. And I think as we continue to release games, you're going to see more and more support from them as they learn exactly what players love. And they're so committed to that player experience.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
So please let me answer my final question, and I'll leave you alone forever. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. That's the last one. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, you've made a very good point. I'm going to leave you alone. Okay. Would you consider giving Unicorn spot control in the form of like a rouse?
I mean,
would that be something that could happen?
But if I cut out any sort of possibilities,
Yeah.
If I just forced it to the end of the round, I'd have lost
is at the end of the day, whatever type of card they get needs to feel unicorn, and it needs to have that perspective.
I mean, he goes 7 characters or 6 characters.
For example, if you have a crane card, you're going to get a cancel with crane. You need to have more honored characters, and that's a cancel that feels very key. So if you're going to get that type of card,
at the point he had like 9 characters in play, I was able to.
I wouldn't count any type of effect like that as long as it felt
If I'd
like
had maybe 4 or 5.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. I'll leave you alone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, this is just like a binding contract now. This is Roy, the Scorpion. So he has agreed to concede if I award him the points. So no matter who wins, if I win, that's what we're thinking about here. Because this is really shady.
As long as I get for the prize wall, I don't mind about the tournaments.
That's fine, and I need the points for to be the best unicorn. This is the most shadiest thing ever. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. So
We'll see, guys.
we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So even if that guy lost and I won this match, and I lost this match, I would still be top. I'll still be Hatamoto. So just to clarify, this is just to guarantee it.
For me, it's for the acrylic stronghold. If I can hit these points, I got the acrylic stronghold.
There we go.
Now it's 6 to 44, 5. So it's tying in the morning.
Sorry. Okay, this actually happened now. I just lost 3 Lions Blood Brawlers. This gentleman here just wrecked me, completely wrecked me, and he's offered me a taxi ride to the airport. I just want to thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.